Reading a set number of books every single year is not what's going to make you successful. It's what you apply from what you read. Well, that's what's going to make you successful. Hi, welcome to the Sales Life. I'm your host, Marsh, and I created the Sales Life because I believe selling is the number one life skill that you need in every area of your life. And if you think that you're not in sales, you better think again because selling by definition is getting someone to accept your product, service, or idea. And at the very minimum, you're the product, you're the service, and we're all selling an idea. From the time that you were a baby to the boardroom to the bedroom, we're all selling our way through life. And there are three things that all of us are facing. We're facing adversity, uncertainty, and complacency. And the skills that we've learned in the sales profession, that's what we walk into every single day. There are 5 skills that we've learned in the sales profession that we've learned how to handle the adversity, embrace the uncertainty, and never settle again. And so, this is what the sales life is all about. It's helping you with those 5 C's. It's communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation. So, when you find that your life is slipping and things aren't quite working for you, you've stopped selling because you've gotten away from one or more of those 5 C's: communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, or productive confrontation. So that's what we talk about every single episode, one or more of those scenarios. So this one is all about continuous learning and action because what you read or the what you read is more important than how many books that you read. And there are so many books that are out there ripe and ready for you to read. But because we pigeonhole ourselves to, oh, I'm going to read 3 books this year, why try to muscle through only 3 books when there's so many other phenomenal books that are out there? So I'm going to show you a technique where I read a book a day because there's no constitution, no law that states that I have to read a book from cover to cover. Nothing anywhere says that other than your third grade teacher. So, and because there's so many books that are out there waiting to be read and you'll never get to them all, here's how I read a book a day. And what's beautiful about it is, man, you don't have to buy the books. I totally 100% believe in supporting the author because they put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. But let's say if your money is funny and your change is strange, you don't have to go buy the book. Dude, when I was broke, $11 in my account with $10,000 of obligations coming up, the one thing I never let slip was my reading. So I couldn't afford to go buy a book. So I would go to Books a Million, Barnes and Noble. I would go to the local library, used bookstores, and I would go read books. I would just stand right there in the aisle. So I learned this technique when I didn't have anything. I didn't have the money to go buy the full book. But what's important is I just needed something to spark, and that way I could walk out and apply to my life. And it's funny how in your most leanest time, lack is leverage. It's funny how when you lack the resources, how resourceful you'll get. And it was in that situation where I said, I'm just going to read a chapter and then walk out and go apply it to my life. And so that's the thing that I'm going to show you how I do it. So read a book a day and keep it moving. So let's say, like, here's David Goggins' new book, Never Finished. Great book. Actually, I think this one is better than the first one. The first one is kind of kicking you in the ass to get you off the couch. This one is more so of a strategy as you've been going. Now there's going to be some obstacles. There's going to be some situations that you come across because you're trying to change or because you're in motion to change, and this is more strategy than anything. The first one was motivation. This one is more strategy. So that's why I like this one more. But we're all in different seasons. We're all at different times in our lives. So I may go back to the first one Can't Hurt Me. It's somewhere up there. Oh, yeah. Right. I may go to the first one sometimes and read that one because I just need it for the mindset. And that's what's great about reading a chapter a day versus or a book a day. I just gave away my content. But versus with this, I may be in a different season and just need something out of this chapter. So let's say that you've been wanting to read this book, you're just short on time because we all are. So here's what I want you to do. Open up any book, whether you bought it, whether it was a gift, whether you're standing there Barnes and Noble, at Sam's, at Costco, at Walmart, at a used bookstore, at Goodwill, whatever. Go find any book that you like. You like the author, you like the cover. Sometimes I love the title of something and I just pull it off the shelf. So go to that one, pull that book off the shelf, go to the table of contents, and then pick one chapter that speaks to you. So let's see, he's got 9 chapters in this. And so let's say I'm reading, look at chapter 3, The Mental Lab, chapter 4, A Savage Reborn, chapter 5, Disciple of Discipline. Okay. Discipline. I've been lacking discipline. What is the thing that jumps out at you? So jump to that one. It's evolution number 5. He puts all his in evolutions. So go to that one chapter. It's from page 121 to 146. So all day, you have 24 hours to read whatever that comes out to, 20 pages. Okay. So 20 minutes, 30 minutes, if you're a slow reader, 40 minutes, whatever. Instead of scrolling on social media, read one chapter today. When you're sitting in the parking lot waiting for your kid to run in the store and come back out, read that one chapter, whatever. Read that one chapter and then go apply it to your life. Here's the rule. You cannot read another chapter until you take something from the chapter that you just read and go apply it to your life. And I don't care if it's for 5 minutes or whatever. Go apply it to your life. Because remember, it's not how many that you read, it's what you apply from what you read that matters most. And I got to keep this thing moving because there's so many other good books. Now, there may be times where you're going to pick up a book and you're like liquid fire. You're like, oh my God, I got to have more. Cool. You can continue on if you want to, or if you want to put it on a rotation and you say, look, I'm going to come back to it next month because again, I got all these books I got to get to. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for randomness, for variety. And so I do this. I jump from book to book to book because I'm trying to find something new every single day to apply to my life. Now, also what I like to follow is a 30% rule because see, most books are written with fluff in them, meaning that the publishers, they put extra fluff in there to help justify the price that you pay for the book, to make sure that you're getting your $30 worth of content. So they fluff up these books, and understanding that some of that stuff is going to be totally irrelevant for you. It's not even going to apply. As a matter of fact, let me prove it to you. How many times have you read a book and somebody asks you what the book was about? How many things do you talk about? Normally one thing. There you have it. You're going to forget 90% of the book anyway. So if you follow this of the 90%, or you follow the one chapter a day kind of situation, or one chapter from that book, and I'm going on to the next book, then you're going to get the thing that most resonates with you. But the other thing too, if you follow a 30% rule, this is what I like. You follow the 30% rule, meaning that you go to a book that you really like and you pick, if it's 10 chapters, you pick 30% out of the table of contents that seem most interesting to you. And then what I'll do is I'll put a little dot beside them of the 3 that I choose. So if it's 10 chapters, here's the 3 that are interesting. And then I'll read those 3 chapters throughout, whatever, on the rotation or 3 days in a row, whatever you want to do. It's your call. And if they're just are like boom, 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 then I go back to the table of contents and I'll highlight the table of contents, or I'll highlight it in my Kindle. So that way, whenever I come back to it years later, I go back to the table of contents and I go back to the 3 chapters that most resonated with me. Dude, this is like killer for you. And this is part of your production. This is the thing that is going to, just think about this. Think how much, if you read 6 books a week in 30 days, dude, that's 180 books. Oh my God. Think about, and that's 180 different things that you apply to your life. Think how much more different your life is going to be. Think how much more different your speech is going to be. Think how much more different how you communicate with others is going to be. And then, blessings abroad, if you run into the author, you'll be able to specifically talk about something from a book because you followed the 30% rule, or you read one chapter that became the lead domino for you. And you'll be able to tell, instead of saying, I'm a huge fan. No, you'll be able to say specifically, man, your chapter on disciple of discipline was killer. Here's where my life was, and here's what changed in my life when I read this. Oh my God, what the greatest form of gratitude. But let's say also you follow the 30% rule and you're able to talk to that author about 3 specific things. And so you're trying to get them on your IG live, or you're trying to get them to come onto your podcast, and you DM them with these 3 things instead of saying, oh, we'd love to get you on. No, these 3 things, boom, boom, boom. This is what changed in my life. They're going to make time for you. I promise you, they're going to make time for you. I hate to say the word hack. It's not a hack. It's the best form of applying the time that you have. It's all about efficiencies, man. How can I get the most out of the small window of time that I have? And this is one way, the 30% rule. Take 30% of the chapters that most resonate with you and read those few chapters. And also, every single day, read a book a day, 1 chapter, and then go apply it to your life. I can't wait to hear how different everything is going to be for you. All right, let's get out of here. Remember, the greatest sale that you will ever make is to sell you on you, because you're more than enough. Keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, keep selling. For more on the sales life, go to marshbuice.com. That's MARSH BUICE, like juice with a B in front. And right there, you will find, literally, dude, thousands of free resources, from podcasts to videos. It's all right there. It's all 100% free. And if you're ready to take your coaching to the next level and you want to learn how to sell your way through life, you're tired of settling, you're tired of the adversity and not knowing what to do with it, you're tired of the complacency that keeps kicking in, you keep having to start over, I got you for that too. All right, that's it. Let's get out of here. Peace.